And hello again, everybody. We've got another in our series of interview sessions with the folks who will be presenting at this year's Willamette Writers Conference. Today we're bringing in a friend I met last year at the con whose work I really admire and enjoy. And real quick, tell us, who are you and where are you coming in from?
Hi, I'm science fiction writer Alex Hughes, and I live in Atlanta, Georgia. So that's kind of a long way from Portland, but it is a legit city, so it totally counts.
Exactly. And just showing that we'll go far and wide to bring the best talent to the con to help people answer the questions that they have. And to that effect, why are you famous enough to speak at Willamette Writers?
Well, I have 3 books out from Penguin, and I kind of love the conference, and I have a lot to say about point of view in particular. It's something that I do a lot in my books, and because.
Outstanding. So tell us, what would you like to be famous for 5 years from now?
Well, if I could just name anything in the world, obviously I'm going to be a hyperspace pilot.
Excellent.
And a best-selling writer, and I'm going to invent warp drive because I can.
Outstanding. Are you gonna kickstart the funding on that? Is that the plan?
Naturally, why wait around for government funding when you can just ask us fellow space nerds to fund the thing?
Exactly. Exactly. So tell us a bit about what will you be presenting at the con?
So I am going to be teaching a class on advanced point of view techniques. I mean, it's a lot more than first, second, and third person, which we all learned in English class in school, if you were awake for that part. It's about choosing the correct details. We all see the worlds in different ways. We all perceive the right details in different ways. Our brains are set up to filter the world to get what's important out and leave what's not important there, and so when you're writing, you have the opportunity to introduce those kinds of details in how your character perceives the world. So for example, what I see when I go into a room for the first time is going to be different from what the artist notices on first glance and what the politician notices on first glance. And so using some of these details as to what's important can help you build out your world and your character. It also actually influences how your character sees the events. We've known from ancient times that 2 different people in the same situation will see it completely differently and will remember things differently, which is why traditionally in old times, if you got 2 witnesses that their stories lined up too closely, they assumed they were lying if you didn't actually have different sources. So I'm going to be talking some about the details, about how to characterize. You can actually show your character's mood in some of the details that you choose and how you, the word choice that you use and the voice. You can go into all sorts of very cool things. And obviously I'm excited about it, but we'll leave it there.
Well, heck, I'm excited about it now too. So in some ways this is a species of that thing where when you buy a new car, all of a sudden every car you notice on the road is that make and model.
Yes, they were always there, but you never noticed them, and so you can do cool things with your characters, with that way. So,
so what's one brilliant idea or concept that folks who take your course will come out having and being ready to act on in their writing?
The most simple is that if you're wanting to write from someone's point of view that you've never thought about, whether it's a politician or an artist or a disabled person or someone whose background is essentially different from yours, the fastest and easiest way to get it right is to find a memoir written by that kind of person. Go read it, notice the little details they use, and then use some of those same filters in your work.
Wow, that's a really good idea.
Because they're already using words, so you can steal the word choice that they use and why things are important to them and what aren't.
I'm going to take a minute and write that one down. Seriously.
It's also fun to talk to somebody if they're good at explaining things in person. But memoirs are even better sometimes because, again, someone's taken the time to sit down and write out the details that are important to them.
Now, you don't have to translate cross-medium. You have somebody doing exactly what you're trying to do.
Yes, although I will warn you, it's useful to have more than one because different people, even in the same group, see things differently, and you can pull the commonalities more easily that way.
That makes sense. And so, last question, what do you wish people asked you more often?
I always love it when people ask me about my super nerdy academic obsessions, not to mention my whole Doctor Who thing, which we won't get into or we'll be here an hour. David Tennant is the man, I'm just saying. But I love history. I actually got a history major in college, and my obsession is early modern Europe, which is when you take the old medieval age and you shake it up, and you add lots of drama and new ideas, and new technology. The water wheel is a big deal. And it changes everything, and it makes this really interesting world in which everything is being turned upside down. So I like to pull from some of my historical obsessions in some of my writing as well.
Outstanding. Well, thank you so much, Alex. Viewers, I think you can tell that she's going to be one of the most passionate and engaged speakers at the con. So it should be fun to watch just for that, even if you're not sure you need to know about point of view. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you again in August, Alex, and thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Take care now. Bye-bye.